You're watching Kelly Productions.
You're watching Connect Tour.
Tell us about what it's like being an attorney.
It's glamorous at some times. The glamour can come up not as much as all the stressful times. It's really stressful. I know that movies and television makes getting a lawyer seem very glamorous, but it's very, very hard. I mean, I thought that going to law school and passing the final bar exam was tough. I mean, that was like a brick wall. I thought that was tough. No, actually practicing, that's pretty difficult, and you don't learn everything until you actually go through it. You have to actually have some experience. You know, there's just some things you can't figure out until you actually do it. I mean, there's been several times early in my career where I didn't learn something until I was in front of a judge.
Guilty!
So as a state prosecutor, I prosecuted criminals.
Okay.
So I did that. So I was the one, convincing the jury, ladies and gentlemen, he is guilty of this crime, you must convict.
Don't listen to him!
Yeah, yeah, that was me. I played the Robert Mueller role for a while. So that was fun. But I left the state, so I no longer was prosecuting criminals. But now, at our firm, we do defend criminals.
Was there ever a time, basically, that you lost and you probably should have won, and the reason you didn't was because of inexperience?
No, but by inexperience, I should have never taken the case to trial in the first place. There was one murder trial I wasn't the first chair prosecutor on it. I was what's called a second chair prosecutor. It was a murder trial, and actually the issue at trial was not whether or not the person actually did it. That was set. They actually murdered someone, but the only issue that the jury had to decide on whether it was first degree murder or second degree murder. And so it was actually a husband. I think I'm remembering.
One of them's premeditated.
Right. So the husband chopped up. He hit his wife with an axe several times. Obviously killed her. So at trial was not whether or not he murdered her. It was first degree or second degree murder. So the difference between the two.
And he admitted to it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So the difference between the two is first degree murder. It's premeditated. There's some malice to it, and they both have malice, but first degree is just premeditated. Second degree murder, not premeditated. It happens on a reaction and not really a premeditated plan. So if you and I get into a fight and we start arguing about something, I kill you, there's a good argument it could be second degree murder because I didn't plan it out. But I think what we were trying to go for in this case, that he had a plan to kill his wife, and he premeditated this murder.
What's the difference in sentencing in that case, in first and second degree?
So the way Florida has, to keep that as simple as possible, Florida has sentencing guidelines for all felonies, all life felonies. Florida has a point system. I don't remember if he already had points. So what that means, if you have already been convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor beforehand, you have points going with you. So if you get charged with something else, the sentencing guidelines will add your previous points and your current points. So with this guy, I can't remember if he had previous points, but second degree murder, they already carry a certain amount of points with them anyway. But second degree murder points are different from first degree murder points. So you want the second degree murder charge other than the first degree all day, anytime. The jury came back with they gave us the first degree verdict. We were looking for the first degree. They came back with first degree, and I think the defendant immediately appealed, and I was off the case by the time the appeal came up. I left the office by the time the appeal came up, so I don't know what happened after that.